This is AAC Sports Central, your one-stop shop for all American Athletic Conference football and basketball news. The American has experienced a lot of success over its first decade of existence, having one team win a national championship with UCF and another being invited to the college football playoff with Cincinnati. The American was the first G5 conference to achieve this feat. Additionally, the American has played in and have won multiple New Year's Six bowl games. Despite the American's success, it is still not considered a power conference, which is biased, elitist, and unfair. I think that there is a way to overcome current efforts to limit what conferences have a real shot at a national championship and the revenue and media exposure that opportunity brings. Here are 5 things that the American should do to increase the prestige and media coverage of the conference, which should increase its team's access to national championship playoff opportunities. 5. Highlight new compelling university rivalries. Such rivalries as FAU Memphis, SMU UTSA North Texas, and Florida Atlantic and South Florida should be promoted as marquee matchups in the AAC. These games have the potential to draw huge audiences and a lot of eyes to the conference, and it's highly likely that these teams will be powers in the new AAC. Additionally, regional rivalries such as ECU Charlotte and Memphis UAB should be promoted as marquee games in the conference. Number 4, convince Army to join the AAC. If this happens, the Army-Navy game will be an AAC Conference game, and rights to air the game may be able to be packaged in a future AAC media deal, increasing its value. 3. Win key games against out-of-conference opponents. The AAC has to win head-to-head games against out-of-conference opponents so that when compared to other conferences, its wins against them will add weight to intra-conference team wins. 2. Find opportunities to increase conference member institution exposure in media. As we all know, a lot of organizations use social media as well as cable and TV and online media to expand their presence and to allow folks to really get a behind the scenes look at their enterprise. The WWE does it, the NFL does it with Hard Knocks. A lot of organizations do it. So I think with college football in general and with the AAC in particular, there has to be other ways to engage an audience in the product. One of the things that may work is a football team reality show, like similar to Hard Knocks, but the AAC version, where an AAC member institution is chosen each year to have their football team profiled and their players highlighted and their story shown, so that folks can really begin to understand the players of the AAC and the schools and their characteristics, and really begin to format and create a fan base. I think being able to show that these schools are dynamic institutions, the AAC schools are dynamic institutions, can really enhance the brand. I also think that a university reality show utilizing different AAC university members may be useful too, and it doesn't have to be football based. It could be following a student or a group of students academically who attend the school academically, or who may be on the swim team, the basketball team, or across all sports, so we can really understand the culture of each school. We have a conference in which schools are spread across the country, and there's so many different cultures within the schools in the AAC, and it would be great to highlight those cultures, traditions, and experiences. Also, the AAC should look to create conference championship concerts and events, create a spectacle of the AAC Conference Championship, where there is a concert, an act, there is a comedy show maybe, or some kind of community event where folks really get excited about the conference, and that people on TV would tune in to watch. Maybe get a musical act that is very popular and get them to do a concert that's shown on TV right before the championship game, the AAC championship game. I think those ideas and efforts can draw eyes to the conference and increase its prestige, get its name in more people's mouths throughout the season, which is, I think, is a great thing. 1. Highlight the conference's star teams. If you look across the Power 5 conferences in college football, you notice that they promote a set of teams as their star teams. These teams get the prosperity, they get the prominence, and they get the respect of all the conference's other teams, and they get the most media attention. And it may be a good approach for the AAC to promote a set of teams to be their marquee teams also. A few teams that would fit this bill would be USF, which is a southern power and a thriving tropical metropolis rich with talent. North Texas, a university that is arguably experiencing a meteoric rise in prestige and regional and national relevance across all sports. UTSA, which is a southwestern power in a major southwestern city, San Antonio, and state, Texas. Florida Atlantic is a university located in a uniquely beautiful and energy-filled Florida city located in the South Florida Megalopolis. This university has been consistently able to lure star coaching talent, and with the right support, can be a perennial conference powerhouse. Also, they are destined to become a long and bitter rival with South Florida, a rivalry that will compel the nation each year. SMU, if SMU decides to stay in the AAC, should be a conference star, as they are arguably the most notorious and respected team in the conference from a historical perspective, due to its infamy as the only school to have received a death penalty and to have been a member of the Southwest Conference. Well, that's it for this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please remember to subscribe.